Okay, it's Dr. Hanson. Let's keep talking about how to get the best night's sleep possible. We've covered a ton of things, but what I want to go through now are just kind of all the random bits of things that are going to have a great impact on how you sleep, some easy stuff that you can kind of throw in the mix just to help out. And so I've got a list here and we'll kind of work through it. The first thing that I would consider for good sleep is the kind of alarm that you're using. So many people, man, they use the most almost traumatizing alarms to wake up in the morning. It's blaring, it's loud, it startles you out of bed. Really, the ideal way to wake up, one, is without an alarm, and if your sleep is good, you won't really need it. But definitely, if you're going to rely on an alarm, you kind of want the minimum stimulus possible to wake you up. You almost want a situation where you think, is that my alarm? I think it is, and you have to think about it and then wake up. Now, some people may be have so much sleep dysfunction that they have to have it sound like a hurricane just came into the room for them to wake up. But with some work, you should be able to get to a point where it doesn't take a whole lot. So consider that alarm. Another thing I would consider, speaking of alarms, is your cell phone. So many people, of course, it's our best and worst friend when it comes to sleep. That cell phone, we keep it with us all the time. That's what we use for our alarm. But a couple things to consider. One, if you have the Wi-Fi on that cell phone and you put it right by your head, you're creating this EMF around your body, or electromagnetic field, that is definitely going to be affecting things. So put your phone into airplane mode at night and that'll kind of shut it off. And then also make sure it's silent. So you don't want, the airplane mode will accomplish this, but you don't want, all those random text messages and dings and alerts and somebody just mentioned you on Facebook and all that sort of thing. You're going to, even if it doesn't fully wake you up, all of these little noises and beeps and buzzers and vibrations and whatnot are going to be pulling your body out of deep restorative sleep. And if this is happening multiple times a night, that's going to be very disruptive. So if you're going to use your phone, put it into airplane mode, keep it on silent and whatnot, and make sure your alarm is as less traumatic as possible to wake up. Another thing that I like to do is just track things. So you'd be surprised how much different the reality of what's happening is from what you think is happening if you just start kind of journaling some particulars. So for a long time, I kept a journal of, okay, what time did I go to bed? What time did I wake up? I rated my sleep on a scale of 1 to 10. I monitored my heart rate variability when I woke up, and just looked at as many, kind of numbers of things as I could to get a feel for what was really going on. That also is going to help make you very aware of how different things affect you. So if I say, hey man, last night I only got 5 hours of sleep and I woke up 5 times and 3 of that was because my phone beeped, and also yesterday I didn't get any exercise and I had a whatever day at work, I can start putting all that together and really clue into or become very aware of how things are affecting my sleep. So journal, try just, even if it's on your computer or written down, and even if it's only just a couple things, track and log some statistics around your sleep to make yourself more aware. Recouping a sleep debt. So if you've been sleep deprived especially for an extended period of time, what the research shows to recuperate or pay back that sleep debt and get back to a good place is, like, so they do the research this way. They take people, they put them into perfect sleeping conditions. It's perfectly quiet, the temperature is perfect, it's a completely pitch black sleeping space, they don't have any clocks, they sleep as long as they need. What will happen is people, when they are kind of recuperating their sleep debt, or they're paying back their sleep debt, they'll initially sleep for like 12 hours at a time. And then over the course of 2 or 3 weeks, that will taper down back to a normal time and they'll kind of be back to normal. So if you're thinking, I need to catch up on my sleep, I had a kid and I haven't slept for 2 years, then that's kind of what you're going to need to put in. It's going to take 2-3 weeks, and it's going to take a really good sleeping situation to get back to normal. Don't think that you're just going to sleep in on Saturday and then you'll be great to be sleep deprived for the next 2 weeks straight. It just doesn't work that way. I mentioned the importance of getting rid of blue light in particular, especially in the evening. There's a program called Flux, F.lux, which is free, and you can download it onto electronics, TV, computer screens, phones, and whatnot. And a lot of new electronics are coming out with features like this. But essentially, this program, again, it's free. You can download it. It will synchronize that electronic device or that screen to the sun in your area. So as the sun goes down, you'll still be able to use the screen, but it will pull all the blue light out. So if you're looking at your computer at, say, 11 o'clock at night trying to do some work, the screen will actually look really amber, very dark, and still be usable, but it's going to be affecting you a lot less. It's not going to be screaming at your brain that it's still the middle of the day and giving you jet lag. A couple other things. We mentioned the phone. During the day, if you're stuck inside all day long and there's just no way you're going to be able to even step out for 30 minutes to get some real sunlight, you can get little desktop blue lights that will just kind of ramp up the messaging that you're giving your body during the day about what time it is. And so again, more clear messaging during the day means a better understanding of what needs to happen at night from a physiologic, neurologic standpoint. And so you can pick up some, blue lights for the desk that will communicate very clearly to your body, even if you can't get outside. Still better to get outside, but hydration is key too. A couple things to understand there. Of course, make sure you're hydrated during the day, but you probably want to taper that down as it gets close to nighttime so you're not having to get up to go to the bathroom. I would recommend that you hydrate first thing in the morning. That was one of the stats that I tracked personally, so I weighed myself before I went to bed and whenever I got up, and I lost on average about a pound of body weight sleeping. That's from respirating and losing water weight. So a pound is plenty to start dehydrating you. So I just got in a habit a long time ago of first thing in the morning drinking a few glasses of water to stay hydrated. So less at night, of course, so you're not waking up, but then make sure you hydrate well in the morning. And a lot of sleep research happens over in Germany, and they created this really cool questionnaire to help you understand what's called your chronotype. Different people naturally, have people have different natural circadian rhythms. So I tend to be a night owl. I prefer to be up a little bit later and sleep in a little bit longer. Some people are morning people. They want to go to bed early and get up. And if there's no responsibility and everything's natural, people will gravitate, in different directions. So if you look up the Munich chronotype questionnaire, you can take a quick little quiz and it'll help cue you to kind of what you might be or what your natural timing might be for things. Of course, if you have responsibilities, that's kind of out the window, but that's something that can give you a little better idea of when the best time for you to sleep would be, and then you can focus on timing, duration, and intensity from there. Another thing that's going to be really helpful is the air quality while you sleep. So people like to use humidifiers to help them not really so they don't dry out. And then plants are a great thing too in the bedroom. So plants are very good at cleaning up the air, keeping the air clean, and can have a definite impact on how your sleep goes. So you can look up online lists. NASA has done a lot of research on this. Lists of the plants that help detoxify the air, clean things up, and just keep, again, the best sleeping environment impossible. You spend a third of your life asleep, so make it the best possible. And those are just, again, some things that kind of one-off situations or approaches that you can use to help improve, and every little bit is going to go a long way. Don't necessarily stress about making sure all of this is done, but especially if it's something easy that you can implement right away, I'd encourage you to consider these things. And every day, just continue on to improve and look at how you can get better sleep. But those are some sleep extras for you, and we'll see you on the next video.